Good morning, Corey here. So yesterday I was talking about productivity and trying to put the cart before the horse as far as striving to be productive without really understanding what your most important values are, and the problems that we can get into with that. And it just so happens that today I was on Twitter and I was reading a few different tweets on there, and the account escapes me at the moment, so I can't refer to it, sorry. But this guy was talking about how he's got an online business and he's earning $20,000 plus a month, and he's only working about 3 to 4 hours a day. And what he was talking about was that he doesn't do, get up early, have a cold shower, meditate, journal for 20 minutes. I'm paraphrasing him. He was much more succinct. I mean, it was a tweet, right? But it was a thread, so there was several of them all in a row. But his point was that he doesn't do all of the trendy productivity hacks that people are fond of putting on, and you find them everywhere. I mean, people have made careers out of this. They write books, they have full websites, they sell coaching. I mean, it's huge. Productivity is a huge thing. And this tweet thread that this guy was talking about, he said, hey, here's what I do. And then he basically explained that he does something that I think Charles Schwab was suggesting, and he was a steel magnate in the United States. If I've got my facts right, I'm remembering this. He didn't refer to it, but I remember that Charles Schwab hired a productivity expert back in the day. And if I had to guess, it would be like in maybe the 40s and 50s, but don't quote me on that. And this productivity expert, he basically just said, okay, write down the 6 most important things you need to do tomorrow, and then order them in the priority of what's the most important, what's the second most important. And he says, just start working on number 1 tomorrow morning. Look at your list. What's the most important thing? Start working on that, and don't stop until that one thing is done. And he summed it up by saying, if that's the only thing you get done, or even if you don't get it done, you're working on the most important thing. And back to modern day now, back to that tweet thread, he said that's what he does. He recommends just write down this, maybe 6 things that you need to get done. Start working on number 1, put them in the order of priority, or hardest to easiest, I think is the way that he put it, and then get to work. And that's pretty much it. Keep it simple. And that's the way of most things in life. How does that tie in with the values? Well, if you actually were to do that, if you were to know what your top values are, your most important values, and then you actually made a list of the things that are most important in your life, make sure that they're consistent, so you're not just doing something. I mean, obviously there are priorities, there are things like if you get a flat tire, you got to fix that tire. But when you look at what your goals are long term, if everything's smooth and you're not putting out a fire, so to speak, just to keep moving, then you can focus on what's most important and just do that. And then what's next most important, and off you go. And that's how you keep things simple in your life. All right. So an update on the weather. It's actually -9 or -10, something like that. And there's still a slight breeze, but it says it's only -12 with the wind chill, whereas yesterday it was -14 with the wind chill, meaning it feels like that. But I can tell you, it actually feels a lot colder today. So what I was saying yesterday about -14 without wind chill will probably feel better. Well, I guess I was wrong about that. It's -9, slight wind chill. They're saying it's -12. Yeah, and it's quite a bit colder. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that, and we'll talk to you next time.